Hello, everybody. Welcome to day two of our summer code interns. We've got a good range today. Today we've got interns across our Google Summer of Code and our Code for GoodTech program presenting today. And today's focus will be largely around mobile, front end, and maybe a little bit of AI interspersed in to spice things up as we go along. So it's great to have so many people on to see the work that people are doing. You may be wondering what is Summer of Code all about? What is the intern program? Well, let's give you a little bit of an introduction to our interns. This year at Mifos, we continue our mission of creating impact. Impact created by our interns. Impact created by our mentors. Impact created by our global community. Together, we will create impact. We will create financial inclusion.
Honestly, it's really hard to put into words. When I found out I was selected, I just couldn't believe it. I had to take a moment to calm down because I was genuinely so excited. I think what makes this so special is that it's one of those moments where you realize that all those years of studying, all those late nights working on projects have actually paid off.
An email arrived from Mifos and the subject was MSOC 26 invitation. I did it once, twice, thrice. I couldn't process it. A paid internship, same project, same code base, same mentors, same everything. It wasn't just relief, it was a validation. I went from feeling invisible to being chosen. And that feeling of being seen, trusted, and valued by the organization like Mifos. I'll carry it forever. Thank you, Mifos.
What's unique about Mifos to me is that the mission is real, something that genuinely matters, that changes how you feel about the work. The other thing is the community itself. From the very first small contribution, people took the time to explain why things were done a certain way, not just what to change. It never felt like I was a stranger poking at someone else's code. It felt like I was being invited in. For open source, which can be intimidating to break into, that warmth is genuinely rare. So for me, Mifos is that combination: work that means something and a community that actually wants you there. Thanks, Mifos.
And That's just a flavour of some of the interns giving their perspectives. Over the week, we've got 25 interns giving their perspectives and their view of what's happening. If you missed yesterday's one, you can catch it. It's already live on our YouTube channel, and we'll try to get today's up as soon as possible. And don't forget to join us again tomorrow for the next one that we're looking at. But we're now going to switch and have enough of me talking and actually get to find out what the interns have been doing. Over today, we're going to have a quick running order from Banda, Craig, Devansh, Shubham, Kalpesh, Arin, Kartikey, and Rishabh. So quite a bit to pack in and sit down and enjoy it. So first of all, I'm going to hand over to Banda Day to introduce himself. Over to you.
Hey, hi. Hey, hi, everyone. Hi, David. Thanks for doing this. I am Nagarjuna, recently graduated student from India. And yeah, I am working on Mifos pay management. It's all about like personal money management and financial analytics module. Yeah. Next one, buddy. Yeah, let me give you a project overview, like what I'm working on this summer. There are multiple goals to achieve in the summer, like multi-account management. Basically, a user can have multiple wallet accounts, so we need to manage and sync in this one place, basically. And also transaction tracking and categorization. Right now in Mifos, there is no any transaction tracking and categorizations, and we need to achieve this. And also budget management, like user can able to create budgets and he can actually monitor credits and debits and everything. And planned payments and standing instructions, like user can we are giving an option to track upcoming bills and recurring payments on financial goals, like setting saving goals and monitor progress towards targets, like financial targets. And dashboard, the user can able to visualize patterns like cash flow, where the cash is flowing and the income and the credits and debits and the trends of the financial, like what is going on. And also AI powered features, like yeah, in recent AI era, everyone is adapting, so Mifo is also adapting, like enable smart categorization and predictions and everything whatever AI can do. And also home screen widgets, like to provide a quick glance at balance and budgets and one tap financial actions. For this, we're implementing the widgets, so user don't need to open the app and go into dashboards to see what is going. I mean, what balance he has, like savings or loans. So this for this problem statement, we come with a widget. Next one. Up to now, what I have accomplished this among all the problem statement. I apart from the GSOC planning, and I have also participated in fixing multiple bugs I came across while working on the um, work goals. What I have done is like fixing the transactions and intra-bank transfers. Like previously, user are not able to transfer money. So what I did is like fix that intra-bank transactions to ensure smooth and more consistent transfer experience for users. And also transaction enhancing transaction details. And this is minimal, like very straightforward thing, like redesign the transfer details and with some improved UI. So, and also added language changing option. This is the feature, like to switch multiple languages, so to have for a diverse user base. And multi account management, uh, I have worked on this, like adding support for managing and switching multiple user accounts. Like user can have multiple accounts in one place where he can switch and see can he visualize the savings, a loan account, savings account beneficiaries, and also transactions of that particular selected account, wallet account. And also implemented home widgets for Android platform. We have chance of working in a new feature, like this also new for me, where I learned a lot in this while implementing this feature to provide a quick access to financial information and actions, uh, to view updates from perform common tasks directly from home screen instead of opening app, and also analytic dashboard. I haven't gone depth into this, but I have done a bit where user can visualize income and expense like credits and debits, where through pie diagram I can categorize that how much percent the incomes and how much percent is expenses. On to the next. Here you can see the UI of the home widgets for the Android platform. I haven't done for iOS yet, but in the next phase I will try. I'm going to implement, not try. And this is the UI which actually looks like. The first, like on failure, instead of crashing or something happening, I'm just for the safe, we're showing the message. If any server throws errors, we're showing this. And next, successful fetching. See, you can see the active account, where in the top right corner, and available balance in that account. User can tap on that and user can enter into the app. And also, if user is not signing, we are showing this widget where user is prompted to sign in, and it will navigate to use login screen. And these are on the next. These are the compact widgets, like 2 into 2. This how it looks like. On to the next one. Um, this is the architecture diagram for the widgets. This is also new for me. I have documented this, and this is how it looks like in the home screen. And if you are into tech and wanted to know more about this, you can refer to this architecture, like how I implemented this, what I have used, uh, in which modules I have made changes, and you can go through this. It will be helpful for you as well. That's next. These are all the areas where I have made some changes. Like you can see the transaction history where I have implemented a basic visualization where income, credits, and debits of that account. User can switch into multiple accounts and visualize his uh, credits and debits, basically income and expenses, and also multiple accounts. User can swipe through that and see the accounts, and also user can able to switch the default account so that the transactions of that default account will be visible here. And next. That's it. I think we came to end. And thank you for everyone, like David and Ed, Mifos and everyone. And let's keep in touch. If you have any doubts or any clarifications, you can reach out to me so that we can have a discussion on the project. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you. Yeah, that's a good call out. If you see things you like or see things that you've got suggestions about, please do reach out to any of our interns. They would love to have your feedback on what they're doing and any suggestions moving forward. So please do reach out to them. They're all on our Slack and they're all providing LinkedIn and GitHub IDs, etc. So easily contactable. Thank you. Really good progress so far. It's good to see what you've done, and always nice to see real screens. I know when we get to the front end and the mobile, it's sometimes easier to see the progress. So it's lovely to see what you've done.
I'm happy to kick off this session with me.
Great. Next, we move over to our web app, and we've got Craig ready to present what he's been working at. This is a project that's kind of continued on from last year, so it's good to see it continuing to progress. Over to you, Craig.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Craig, and I've been working on the Mifos X React web app. It's the version 2 of the web app. I previously worked with Mifos last year as well, working on the initial foundations of the web app, where I basically migrated most of the modules. I believe it was 80 plus modules, which I migrated from the Angular web app to the newer React web app. A little about me. I'm a fourth year computer engineering student from Mumbai, India. And let me tell you more about my project. So next slide. So as I said, the current web app is built on Angular today. Also, the community is building a React web app, which started last year. A strong foundation of it is already built, but since last year we had to migrate over 80 plus modules. There were some modules which were built, but there was something incomplete in it, or there were certain missing features. So my project for this year aims to fix those issues or bugs and fix those missing pages and modules which we could not migrate last year, as well as integrations with the Open API client, and also so that the React web app has more feature parity with the current existing Angular web app. So if I want to generalize my whole project, these are the three main areas we are working on. So first is the multi-step forms, which are your key workflows for creating clients or loan products, etc. So first was to basically work on these workflows so that a user can easily able to create loan products, etc. As well as working on CRUD and API integrations. Certain pages had um, certain bugs in creating a product or creating some kind of reference, as well as certain pages had something wrong with the updation or the deletion. So my project aims to fill those gaps, as well as there are some API integration and bugs which my project will fix. As well as the third important part is missing and static pages, certain modules which could not be migrated last year will be migrated this year, as well as working on the static pages to make them fully integrated with the FinReg backend. Also, completing all of these three pages and integrating them with the Open API TypeScript client, so they are like fully functional as they work in the normal web app. Next slide. So work done. Until the midterm, I've completed most of the work. First of all is the key workflows for the loans and savings product. Now it can be created on the React web app as well as fixing certain smaller pages such as admin templates as well as admin users. Then creating most of the work in the midterm phase was working on the admin module, and I've completed most of the product as well as the organization modules, as well as completed certain admin system pages as well. As I said, all of the above pages are connected with the FinReg backend, and also I've documented all the Open API gaps. So as for the work remaining, which I'll be completing till my final evaluation, would be obviously working on the remaining admin system modules. Then moving on to one of the most important modules, which is the institution module, working on the client, group, and center multi-step forms, which are again your most important forms to create clients, groups, and centers. Then working on the accounting module on the pages as well as some bug fixes. And then finally working on the reports module. And also all this while keeping the documentation updated and basically documenting any bugs or fixes on the backend side. So from the community, I guess the React web app has grown since last year. We have a lot of contributors who have contributed since last year, and I'm happy to see that, as well as for the future of the React web app. I think the next step would be for future contributors to work on the API side of things, so that if Open API is updated, we can update the remaining pages in React web app, and then it would be almost identical to the Angular web app, as well as it will be more feature parity. Both the web apps would be similar. So if anyone wants to contribute to it, or anyone has any questions regarding the React web app, you can obviously contact me. I have my portfolio, GitHub, and LinkedIn linked over here, as well as I'm on Slack. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, that's all for the midterm evaluation till now. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. And it's good to see the progress. As you say, we hope that WebApp will have all the functionality in React that it has in Angular, and then maybe will become the primary one in the roadmap. So it's great to see the progress and great to see it coming along for it. We're now going to segue a bit. So if everyone is doing coding on the web app and putting new features in and all the rest of it, we have to test it. And I'm delighted that we've got Devansh on to present next. Devansh is going to talk us through some of that testing headache and what do we do about it. Over to you, Devansh.
Am I audible?
Yep, you can hear me. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Devansh. I'm currently pursuing my BTech at NSIT Delhi, specializing in instrumentation and control engineering. This summer, I'm building production grade E2E and unit testing infra for the Mifos web app. So next slide, please. Starting with the problem. So around November, I discovered that our co-maintainers like Felix had to spend hours manually testing elementary parts. Felix was manually creating, editing, verifying users, loan products, charges, clients, and lifecycle workflows one by one just to ensure a framework update didn't break core features. This deep reliance on manual checks happened because the Mifos web app historically had very limited automated test coverage, sitting at a fragile 1.46%. In a high stakes financial application handling real user workflows, this small percent gives work to regressions that are incredibly expensive. The systematic gaps were clear. Our CI pipeline completely lacked crucial backend dependent E2E flows. So this is exactly the core problem my project solves. Next slide, David. So here comes the solution. Once I saw these structural gaps, I started actively discussing these issues with Alberto and in the community. Back in December, Alberto and I aligned on the vision for this project. I landed the initial foundation of the testing infra in the repo. The architecture me and Alberto formulated is built around one practical rule. Test specs should interact with public page object methods. Framework internal CSS strings and route details are completely hidden. This resulted in the four-layer testing architecture you can see on the slide. So layer 4 holds the clean framework agnostic test specifications. Layer 3 implements our strict page object model. Layer 2 acts as our explicit swap point containing typed selectors, contracts, routes, and behavior flags. Layer 1 is our testing SDK driving programmatic API setup and teardowns directly through finite REST endpoints. Now, why did we anchor this entire architecture on Playwright and strict POM? According to an industrial case study published via IEEE on test suite maintainability, adopting a strict page object pattern yields massive structural advantages over traditional ad hoc scripting. When an application undergoes routine updates or major framework migrations, exactly like our current Angular to React transition, the research shows that a page object structure reduces test realignment time by a factor of 3, translating to an explicit 65% reduction in repair time. It also reduces the number of modified lines of code by a factor of 8 and 87% reduction. Next slide, please, David. Now talking about progress. To date, we have successfully landed 16 merged pull requests across our repositories. I've also initialized the parallel playwright setup directly inside the React wrapper as well. As you can see from the deliverables breakdown on the screen, our core E2 infra, typed configs, the entire anti-flakiness reliability SDK, our multi-role auth bootstrap are 100% complete. Ultimately, the most important metric is our impact on the health of the application. Through this unified push, we have successfully moved our statement coverage from the initial 1.46% up to 3.65%, with our critical function coverage jumping significantly to 20.6%. Next slide. Looking ahead, we are scaling this completed infra systematically across the rest of the application's core modules. Over weeks 5 through 10, we are finishing the deep KYC and charge life cycles of the client's module and expanding right into groups management, covering everything from calendar operations to full group state transitions. Finally, we will stitch this entire setup into an E2E containerized GitHub Actions workflow, and documentation to build on for future contributors. Next slide, please, David. So now talking about the impact in future, the structural impact of this project means our releases can now ship significantly faster and with absolute confidence, since regressions are caught instantly at the pipeline level instead of being discovered by users in the production level. At the same time, we have completely de-risked our long-term React migration as well. Next slide, please. So finally, I want to say a huge thank you to all of my mentors, and I'm happy to open up the floor to any questions or feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Devansh. That's great. And if you do have questions, you can always put them in the chat, and I'm sure we can pick them up. I know you can't raise your hands at the moment on the webinar. But yeah, do get in touch with Devansh. He's put, I think, all of his ways of getting in touch with him on the slides. That's absolutely great. And this is really great to see. This is going to have a really big impact for the community. I remember every time we had to do an Angular upgrade, how painful that was just in terms of the test regression and how much of a barrier that is to move things forward and keep tech debt. So this sort of functionality will be absolutely key for us, both on Angular and React in the future, and give consistency, which is a really important thing. So thank you very much, Devansh, for this work.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to move on to Shubham, staying with the web app, but a slightly different take on the web app. So, Shubham, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us what you've been working on?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Shubham Kumar. I am a second-year student of BITS Pilani, and right now I am working on the Mifos co-pilot panel. David, move next page. Right now, the problem is that if we have to create a loan or anything, like a client to try to create a client, then we have to move to 6 different pages to create a one client. And the person who are working on this, we have to do multiple times, like a 6 times, 4 times a day. And there is a lot. If a new person join our app and join our app and uses our app, it has a lots of learning, like lots of learn, then it have to familiar with what we have to do. So David, next page. So the old way was that the dashboard, client, search, loan, and approve. But after this, after our co-pilot made, you have just give her one prompt, like a record raise 500 repayment for Ravi, and all the things are done. David, next page. And this is the entire flow which I am working on: the web app, Copilot gateway, and Mifos MCP server, which is already made, and the backend. And we are using Grok LLM for right now for testing. Next page, David. And what we have built till now, like if you see from the outside, it is like a simple chatbot which have improved the loan, but there is a many features which are inside the app. Like the best feature is the context and streaming service. Like when we open any client and you write a message that create a client for this, and you did not give the name, like the chatbot automatic understand for which client we have to create a loan. Like this is the context service, and we have built till now is Copilot UI plus feature flag, core safety module, or Copilot gateway. Next slide, David. And this is our entire UI. This is like I have made the consistency. Like I have used the same theme which is used in the Mifos entire, which in the both mode, light mode and dark mode. And there are service like a recent chats, performance, and help center. And we have multiple features like a system prompts which you give. Next, David. Next slide. And will building the chat, will building the Mifos Copilot. I have learned lots of things apart from the things like a async work with mentor, agenting tool calling in practice, and open source standard, and read the system. Let's move on to the next page, David. And what we have to build right now after this, in phase 2, the main thing is phase 2 is the persistent history. And right now we are storing all the data in the local storage. But after this, after the project complete, we are using the Postgres service to store the entire data, and proactive insights, and deploy and full tools, and write operation, and the voice and multi-language feature after this. Next page, David. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shubham. It's great to see some of the stuff that we started only a year ago or 2 years ago in terms of AI now being at the level that you can actually use in production applications. It's absolutely great to see and exciting stuff to integrate into the web app and move it forwards. Thank you for the work you're doing on it, Shubham.
Thank you, David.
Next, we'll spin back from web app and go towards the mobile apps again, and we're going to go over to Kalpesh, who's going to talk a bit more about open banking. Kalpesh, over to you.
Hello, David. Hi, everyone. My
Hi.
name is Kalpesh, and I'm a fourth year BTech computer science student, and I have been contributing to Mifos for more than a year now. And this was another opportunity for me to contribute to Mifos. And I'm building a Mifos X open banking mobile app. It was a fairly new concept for me. So, next slide, please. Okay, so as I said, open banking was a very new concept for me, so it must be for many of you also. First, the core idea of open banking is that the customer can share their financial data with third party. The customer will provide their consent. This allows the customer access the control over our own data, and this allows innovation in fintech, since the fintech startups now have access to data which they can build over. Next slide, please. Okay, so open banking was first introduced by EU in 2015. EU mandated all banks in Europe to share their to allow licensed third parties to access customers' account information with their consent, customers' consent, and allow customers to initiate payment from the third parties app, and allow third parties to check if a customer has fund for payment. But what EU did not do was that they did not create an API standard. Because of which many volunteer groups emerged in Europe with their own API standard. So there must not be any developer in their community. Otherwise, they would have created standard. So first time someone created standard was UK. They mandated all their banks to adopt a single standard. Next slide, please. Back. Okay, thank you. Open banking API standards are grouped into many categories. First is account and transaction information. As the name suggests, it allows third party to access third parties, I mean the fintech apps, to access the customer's account information with their consent. And second is the payment initiation. This allows third parties, customer to use the third parties to initiate payments. A third one is confirmation of fund and transportation information. This is not much used. It is to confirm if a customer has fund available for a payment. And variable recurring payment, this is only present in UK standards, which allows to create a it is sort of like standard instruction, but for own account of customer's own account, they can create a one-time consent which will live longer, and the fund from their one account can sweep to their another account on I mean on day on a provided frequency. Next slide, please. Okay. So the app I am building is not about what it does. It is about how it does. The app is about demonstrating how open banking APIs can be used. The open banking APIs have certain standard defined. So how the authentication will be done? They mandate that the app has to use OAuth, and the app and server both has to communicate using mutual TLS, and the standards also I mean, ask how the consent should be generated, and the data structure for making requests and receiving response are also defined. So this is what this app is about. It is not about what it does, it is about how it does. So the UI is not the main goal of the app. It is how these APIs are used. Next slide, please. Okay, so currently, what I have built, actually the app was fully built. All the Jira tickets I created were completed. I pushed more than 40,000 lines of code on the GitHub already. But one day I pinged David to ask about sandbox access. So, and he said that we will not be using this sandbox. We want to use UK API standards. So now what I am currently doing is migrating all my APIs in my network layer to the new sandbox. And currently, by the next week, I will be finished with the account AISP APIs, which allows to access the account information of the customer. And after that, in the next phase, the payment initiation APIs will also be integrated in the app. And this is not the payment features are not fully planned yet, because the issue is each time the user has to make a payment, they will authorize on the bank's portal. So this is not a smooth experience. It is not like Mifos Pay app, where the user directly initiate payment from there, from inside the app. So what feature I have to build for this is yet not fully planned. So I do request the community to give some suggestion if they have any. Next slide, please. Okay, so thank you. This was all I had to say, and please reach out to me if you have any suggestion. If and I'm always active on Slack. I have been I have been here for more than 1 year now. So thank you.
Thank you, Kalpesh, and sorry if I threw a spanner in the works with the sandbox and the APIs, but really excited what this is going to do. Being in the UK, as you can probably tell, this is something that we actually use an awful lot day to day. So it's really great that we're going to have the capability properly tested and in the Mifos portfolio. It's certainly something that will help towards some more of the enterprise applications of Mifos. Staying in the mobile space, we're now going to look at a slightly different product that I don't think we probably really talked much about before. So over to Arin to introduce himself and tell us about the app he's creating. You're on mute, Arin.
Hello, I'm audible.
Hello. Yes. Yep, we can hear you now. That's good.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Myself is Arin Yadav, and currently I'm living in Delhi, and I am in a last year in a diploma in computer science I'm doing, and please next slide, next slide, next one, next one. Okay, so to come to my project, my project is Mifos mobile application. The project is basically a group banking application. So what is the group banking? The group banking is basically like we can open the saving accounts in a rural area where many people can come and open their saving accounts and and save the money in a monthly basis. Then if the every person anybody can want to take loan, then anybody can take loan from there, which is called a JLG, like joint liability group. And what the actual what does it does, there have a group and member group owner can schedule meetings, saving loans and collect actives and attendance and meetings and loan. So this is a basically it's Mifos saving while app is doing, and there have some powerful features like GLG, Glimpse, group loan and individual members. Like we can take group loan by manage individual members, and also we have glimpse group saving individual member. Like people can open a group saving account where each one can track easily. So and how Mifos save create the real impact. So bring the banking closer to community. Like it can help our rural people for saving the loans, saving the money, and also take loan for their business purpose and for financial support, and increase efficiency and enhance transferability. So real impact in the community, like organized groups, regular saving. People can save money regularly on the basis and access affordable loans, improve liabilities. So the basically the mission of this InfoSave application, like we can go in a rural area where people can save money and take loan in a easily way. So the basically the whole idea of this project. Uh, So project so far. So where I have done the things like this is a new a new idea for me because I've never worked on this. So first of all, I understand the thing what is the group banking and how it's really help the community in a rural area. So first of all, I understand the core domain knowledge of the group banking. After that, I have done the KMP, like analyzes the all the code base and design the whole flow of the uh, Mifos application in our KMP, like how the UI is designed and how API is working and how can I implement in an efficient way. Then. So I have done these three modules now. Rest of the I will cover in upcoming days. Next slide. So thank you for if anything you need to discuss about the project, you can reach out to me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Arin. And this is really exciting. As we say, it's a new area that Mifos is looking into, and really gets to the core of our mission in terms of enabling, those really small groups of self-organizing loans and savings. So it's really great. This one, absolutely is driving financial inclusion. So thank you very much for your contribution, Arin. And it's, great to see the work that you're doing. Staying with mobile, we're going to move on to Kartikey next. Kartikey, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about what your project is?
Hello everyone. Myself Kartikey Shukla. I'm from India. Currently, I'm in final year of my final year and currently pursuing computer science and engineering. So, also one thing I also like to mention that I really like the project structure for the Mifos mobile app. Like it is, I was really amazed to see that it was a composed multi-platform, multi-module app, which is like composed multi-platform is really new. It's a really new technology. So I'm really grateful to have such a repository. Next slide, please. Next slide. So my project is the problem for which my project arrived is that currently if a user have to navigate to if a user frequently uses a account any particular account, so he has to every time he has to navigate to that account to access that account in the app. So this feels unnecessary and this cause bad user experience. So what next slide please. So what I have suggested, what my project suggests is that we create pockets. So for so a pocket is you mark favorite. Like so we'll be grouping all our accounts in a pocket, like which accounts we want to quickly access, and through Pocket we can easily access those accounts. We can see the aggregated balance of those accounts, and we can also manage linking or delinking of that account. Also, we I'll add a feature of suggesting those Pocket accounts by default wherever the user want to do a transaction or choose a account by default, because that's the account which is frequently used. Next slide, please. So what I've done till now is that I've implemented the whole network layer for the Pocket uh, uh, feature, integrated the APIs and all those things, and I've also implemented the Pocket dashboard screen, uh, where we can see the aggregated balance of all the loan, share, or savings account currently. And next slide, please. So what we are planning is that next I will be creating the manage pocket screen, and also I'll implementing the feature of the smart suggestion, where the pocket accounts will be uh, shown by default wherever the user have to make a transaction or to choose something. Other than that, actually these tasks are really straightforward. So P and Rajan sir have planned that I will do some research and also add some more features, like as Nagarjuna showed, like we are using widgets for Mifos page, so we can add a widget for to access pocket accounts. So we'll be adding more features also. Next slide, please. So currently, I have a small request that actually the pocket endpoints are not currently active. Although it's not a blocker, because we have, like, I am using offline fallback to test those pocket accounts, and if it won't get restored, then it won't be a problem actually, because we can implement the whole feature offline also. So that won't be a problem, but it's just a small request. Okay, next slide, please. Thank you. Like, if anyone wants to connect, there is my username and everything. I'm having a great time actually contributing in the community. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Kartikey. Yeah, interesting project. I'm quite looking forward to see, especially when we get to the demos at the end and how it's working. And hopefully, yes, those APIs can get working for you, so you're using live data rather than offline data. That would be really good. To round out today, we're going to have a bit of AI. So I'm delighted to hand across to Rishabh to introduce what he's been looking at around dynamic pricing of microloans. Rishabh, over to yourself.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Rishabh Raj, currently pursuing my bachelor's in information science engineering at Sir M. Visvesvaraya Institute of Technology. I have published around 6 research papers in IEEE and Springer conferences, and also contributed to the voice-driven banking assistant research project with Mifos, which was later on accepted at IEEE ID 2026. And for C4GT, I am working on the dynamic price of microloans using reinforcement learning under the mentorship of Priyanshu Tiwari sir, Akshat sir, and Rahul Goel sir. Sir, next slide, please. Yeah, so the goal of this project is to improve how interest rates are decided for microloans. Today, most leading systems rely on fixed business rules or credit score thresholds. While these methods are simple, they do not adopt changing borrower behavior or economic conditions. And instead of manually defining the pricing rules, we are modeling loan pricing as a Markov decision process where the state acts as a borrower's financial profile, and the action is the interest rate selected by the agent. And the agent learns the best pricing strategy through interaction with the environment. So next slide, please. So system architecture. The project is built around a custom gymnasium environment. Each episode represents one complete loan pricing cycle where the observations include the credit score, annual income, loan amount, employment stability, and so on. So these features are converted into a state vector and passed into the RL agent. And the agent will then predict the interest rate based on the current borrower's profile, and the environment stimulates to the repayment behavior and calculates the reward. So next slide, please. Uh, environment and reward function. So the reward function is the one of the most important parts of the project because it directly influences what the agent learns. And instead of optimizing only for the profit, we are combining multiple objectives into a single reward. The objective receives positive rewards for the successful repayments, sustainable profitability, fair pricing decisions, and it also receives the penalties for the loan defects or the unfair or over aggressive pricing. The main challenge is the reward balancing, where the if the profit is weighed too heavily, then the agent may recommend a very high rate of interest, and if the affordability dominates, the institution may lose the pricing policy. Sir, next slide, please. Reinforcement learning models. So the most like the I have trained around three different reinforcement models in this, which is suitable for the algorithm. Which the first one is the A to C, which serves as a baseline. It's lightweight, efficient, and provides a good reference as comparison. And the second model I have used is the PPO, which is known for the stable policy updates and reliable convergence, making it the strong benchmark for the uh, reinforcement problems. And the third one is the SAC, which encourages better exploration while remaining in the same efficient. We wanted to evaluate how it performs in our loan pricing environment. And the model based on the cumulative rewards we are comparing is based on the training stability, conversion speed, reward consistency, and yeah. So next slide, please. So the current process, like so far, we have completed the core reinforcement learning pipeline. The custom gymnasium environment is fully implemented, and we have successfully trained three models, which is the A to C, PPO, and SAC for the environment. And right now, I'm evaluating each model by analyzing the reward curves, the convergent trends, and the pricing decision they may generate for the different borrowers scenarios. So next slide, please. The next phase focuses on the integration and evaluation. We will integrate the selected model into the complete loan stimulation workflow and the benchmark it using the financial matrices such as the uh, repayment rate, profitability, default rate, and fairness. And we will be big like we will be integrating in the RL pipeline with the Mifos plugin architecture in the future, maybe. So next slide, please. As the community support, as the project moves forward, I would appreciate feedback from the community, especially in the areas like reward engineering, borrower simulation, financial risk modeling, Mifos plugin integration, and so on. And I would really appreciate if the topics for this, which would be very valuable for me. And so next slide, please. Thank you. This was my brief overview of my project. I am looking forward to continuing this work for contributing further to the Mifos ecosystem. If anyone interested in the reinforcement learning or AI or the financial systems for this project, I would happily connect with LinkedIn or like. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Rishabh. Great to see the work you're doing, and looking forward to the application of it as you go through further into the project and integrating it into our code bases. That's wraps the presentations that we've got for today. Thank you to all our contributors that have worked really hard doing their presentations. to give you a view of what they're doing in the community. I know they're all dying to get feedback from you all, so please do interact with them, give them any feedback, give them any steer. They're still early in the project, so we can steer them a little bit if we need to towards application as well. So it's a really good opportunity to do so. And I'd also like to thank all the mentors that sit in the background. They seem very silent. They're actually hard at work supporting our interns, and the work you see here is a result of our mentors being quite hands-on and helping guide the interns, especially in the early days. So thank you to all our mentors. Ed, is there anything you would like to say before we sort of close and give out a summary for tomorrow?
I just want to thank everyone again. It's really impressive to see the diversity and breadth of different mobile applications we're working on and the enhancements we're continuing to make to solidify and strengthen our web applications. I'm looking forward to day 3 of our midterm showcases, and hats off to everybody that presented today, and great job.
Thank you, Ed. Yeah, day 3 tomorrow, as Ed says, so please tune back in. Make sure you come along and watch it. Promises to be a good day. Tomorrow we've got the Mifos, Gazelle and Payment Hub focus. But also a few sort of little curveballs in, some AI, some called Mifos Marketplace we're quite excited about as well. So definitely promises to be a good set of sessions again tomorrow. So please do join and support our interns. But once again, thank you for everybody that's presented today. Some really quality presentations there and some really exciting projects. And we wish you well into the second half of your internship. Thank you for joining, everybody.
Thanks.